I just keep fixing it. Yeah. This pile of valve sets, you know, you think, oh my God, but I keep taking parts off all the time, you know. You would think I don't build any horns, that I would just make pieces, but I don't. I just keep building. I should have a garage. I should have a nice... But,
now what happened?
Somebody abused the hell out of it.
Yeah, I guess. Is that even repairable in that sense?
Yeah, that's...
Really?
My wife will come down and say, Harvey, just throw that shit away. But, oh yeah, this is nothing really. if you want to take the time to do it. And
really?
Yeah, I can straighten that all out that you win. That's what, and then people say to me, why don't you take before and after pictures? And I go, well, hell no, because did you ever do you want to see a wrecked car, the car that you're buying? The people don't want to see that. they don't want.
You're right, you're absolutely right.
They don't want to see horns in this state.
Wow. But that's a dent oh yeah, you can roll the metal?
Yeah, you can put a tube in. Yeah, it's like an English wheel. This is set up for a sousaphone branch, but this is the tuba branch. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then there's different shoes. There's a piece for a trumpet bell and a trombone bell, and you just keep putting. So you just roll it in and turn it down, and then it's like an English wheel. Sorry.
Wow.
And then to do bells, this shoe, I think that Dylan helped him design this. I don't know, but this is much nicer than the one that came with the machine. They keep making attachments for it. Then this is for a baritone. These are the bell shoes that came with.
Oh yeah.
And they're nice, but they'll leave more marks than these. Mm-hmm. And then if you have marks, you gotta buff them out. And it's basic mechanics. If you're mechanical, you know, I was, you know, I grew up on a dairy farm, and we had to fix everything there, and I still hold a Pennsylvania state inspection license, so I'm an authorized garage mechanic yet. That was back in the 70s, and then I ran a diner for 20 years, which we still own, but I don't. My nephew runs. And
you got to learn to fix everything there too.
Yeah, you got to. I have a refrigeration license from the cars, you know, so I can buy Freon, and I have the set of gauges and tanks and keep that stuff running.
Wow.
So tubas is basically, it's easier to repair than a car. It's hand patience is what it is, and if you don't have patience, then you won't be a good repair person. If you have patience. I have a picture over there. The one kid, his dad owns a foundry, and he's a smart kid. He's a senior in high school this year. But last summer, he said he wanted to come and work for me. And I said, why do you want to work for me? You work for your dad. And he said, well, I really want to put a horn together. So we bought him a wrecked Yamaha. And I'll be damned, on a Saturday he would come, and it was nice, and he was real quiet, and I showed him how to use a dent machine, and we took it all apart, and I showed him how to buff, and he buffed it all, and then I soldered it together for him, and then I sprayed it for him. He didn't do any of the spraying. He did some of the soldering. You know, and soldering, you got to make nice solder joints, or you just spend your time cleaning up, you know, which is never fun. So, but yeah, it's, you know what? And I gotta tell you this story. I told Chuck. And the piano tuner was here yesterday, and I told him the other Tuesday on the radio. Listen, I don't listen to too much music because, being a musician, my brain starts focusing on the music, and I'm sort of one-minded. I can fix anything you put together. I can take apart and probably fix if I have to. Honest to God, that's just the way it is. But I stay focused, you know, and so I listen to dumb talk shows, which I don't care about much of anything anyway, but except just making a living and having fun. But anyway, a news report came on. If you happen to have a job, it was over the wire, you know, it was a national, it was just a 2 or 3 minute blurb they used to fill in. It wasn't from the station, the local station, it was a national thing. If you're lucky enough to have a job in this economy, the most stressful jobs are, and then they started listing them. And what you got to understand before this story goes, my father-in-law goes to the casino every Tuesday. And this day, I happened to know that my 2 brother-in-laws were with him, and they were in the car at the time when I heard this story. So I knew they were coming home, and I knew they were together. And it listed the most stressful jobs if you happen to be making money. Fireman, policeman, you know, all the same. Surgeon, and we went down. And then the lady said, the least stressful job in the world today, if you happen to be making money, is musical instrument repair person. So I called up my one brother-in-law on the cell phone. I said, hey, which one of you sons of bitches gave me up? I said, now everybody's going to want to be a tuner repair person. I don't know. It's
musical instrument repair.
I said that to the piano tuner, and he said, well, he was tuning our piano yesterday. I don't know about the stress part, and I'm watching him tune, and I'm thinking, well, damn, your job, I mean, he's really clean, you know, and I'm thinking, well, your job don't look too bad. It was, what's his, Glenn Landis. Glenn Landis. Yeah. But, you know, I thought he did everything by ear. He had a tuner out. He had a small tuner, electrical one, but like the ones we used to use in school with the big wheel, he had a wheel out, and I thought, oh, God damn, now there isn't anything. I don't know. I shouldn't be like that. I actually would think, if I would have the time, I would actually like to learn to work on pipe organs. I really would. I don't know if there's any money in it. They just fascinate the hell out of me.
Yeah, those are, I've read a book on those. Yeah, those are really interesting.
That really fascinates me to all get out. But I don't know.
My neighbor, when I was a kid, had a pipe organ in his house.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, on Sundays in the afternoon during the summer, I mean, he would play that, and he'd fill up the neighborhood with music. But it was all air-driven, and he had drums and cymbals and chimes and everything. And you walk into his house, and it was all kind of built into this one wall, but then you went in his basement.
And there were the guts were.
Oh, just...
Well, who am I to say anything? Look at my basement. You know what I mean?
He doesn't have to worry about competition. There's a reason why I work on trumpets and cornets, and he works on bass horns.
It's
really lot less muscle to do this than to do that.
You buff out a tuba, you know you buffed.
And that metal's so much thicker than that.
I often think about that. I often think, you know, now I did a bell. Well, Chuck had a Chuck will say, I'm going out to buff. Is it plugged in? And he'll be gone like half an hour. And hell, I don't even get a bell done in a half an hour. And he's done with what and I think, oh, man.
Yeah, look how dirty I get just doing a ring.